IngeSTore is the alternative workflow to recorders.
Yeah.
With recorders, as you were saying before, you've got to take the drive, you've got to wait for the record to finish, you've got to remove the media drive, you've got to do the copying over. That is what we've got a red circle saying you don't have to do that anymore. That is data wrangling. That is time consuming. That is slow. Over on the right, that's replaced with edit while record with Bluefish444 IngeSTore doing the capture and Adobe doing the edit. All right? That's the scene. That's what we are replacing for post-production. Down below, it should be saving this new approach from Bluefish, this unique approach from Bluefish is what saves you time and money.
So I would say a similar workflow that you've just described there would be I've got a Hyperdeck shuttle and I'm recording to SSD cards and I'm doing that via SDI. It's coming into my SDI recorder. Then I'm waiting for something significant to happen. Then that'll finish. I take that SSD card out of the recorder. I put it into, say, my multi-dock or just a standard SSD recording device. I read that and copy it into my system drive, which is where I'm housing all of the media for the production. I am then importing that into Premiere. I am then looking at that footage in Source Monitor and making notes about it. I'm giving that SSD back to the Hyperdeck shuttle person, and they're re-recording or recording new material to it. You've just eliminated about 6 processes there.
Yeah, absolutely. Saves a heap of time.
Yep.
All right, so that's what we want to focus on today, and also to educate people that you can live edit.
Meet IngeSTore, an easy-to-use capture application which can record 4 channels of video and encode in real time to a variety of file formats. For live and on-set production, broadcast and sports, you need to deliver great quality with no downtime. IngeSTore has been designed so that you can not only record to local storage, but also record straight to your network storage devices. Why is this important? It streamlines the capture process and eliminates the need for media offloading from your camera or standalone recorder, saving you valuable production time. By encoding the file directly to a location on your network, your entire team has instant access to the file as soon as it becomes available for maximum efficiency. And with our Edit While Record functionality, you can start editing in Adobe Premiere Pro while the recording is still underway.
You may, somebody watching this may already have a workstation or a Thunderbolt expansion chassis that has a video card, and they are using a video card from our competitor for post-production workflows. You could take that video card out, put a Bluefish video card in, download IngeSTore, buy the IngeSTore license, and then suddenly you've gone from a post-production workflow to a dual-purpose production and post-production workflow. All right? Nice. That's the opportunity with Bluefish to replace the video card you've got.
Yeah, and again, I'm saying that you're actually, because I'm never used to using files in Premiere while they're being recorded. So normally I'm going through a process of data wrangling and, getting the files in, sorting them to folders, and then bringing them into Premiere, and then doing my highlights packages, generally re-exporting them out to an MP4 or whatever production wants back, and then they play that back out of their playout. And I think you were saying you do playout as well from the card, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where we started.
Yeah,
that's our external monitoring to high quality HDI and SDI. That's what we've been doing since 2004, all the way up to today with our latest card. We're doing that at 4K, high frame rate, high dynamic range.
So what Craig's sort of touching on there, and what IngeSTore offers is multiple aspects. There's consolidation, so you can take what would be 2, 3, 4 pieces of equipment and potentially 2 or 3 people, and consolidate that down to a single workstation and 1 or 2 people to do the same amount of work. So it gives you that access. You can turn up somewhere and with very limited amount of equipment, but very powerful equipment, powered with a Bluefish ingest and output solution, and you can offer more than just the video preview from your Adobe suite. You can record in the background, and you can create your content, and you can then also simultaneously preview that content out of the SDI or HDMI preview from the Bluefish card.
We're bringing sports production technology to the post-production market.
Yeah.
and making it accessible. I think that's one of the key things there, is that this technology has been around for a while and it's been accessible, but it's really quite kind of big fixed infrastructure technology that will only be deployed in certain instances. It's quite expensive to deploy. It's not super accessible for everybody. I think what Bluefish are offering is to make that kind of technology accessible to all users of Bluefish cards and all users of Adobe, and like I said, to be flexible in all sorts of different workflows.
100%.
I've got a good example of a customer Tom and I have been dealing with this past week, and they've owned the system for 3 years, and they're a German-based production company. They use their IngeSTore server in their facility to capture to Nix's shared storage and have the editors collaborate via network attached storage. They take the same system, so that's in their studio. They take the same system out to do live events. And at the live event, what their workflow is that they give a live stream of the actual live event. It might not be sport, it might be a corporate event, an AGM, or it might be some sort of trade show. They're giving a live stream continuously. The camera has a loop output, and they are taking a multicam feed into their IngeSTore workstation, and of what's being streamed, they're bringing it into their workstation. They're creating a highlights package of the event and posting that to social media whilst they're streaming the event same time. So it's perfect, and we have seen that feedback continuously, that they're using it to create highlight packages in a live environment. Yeah.
And again, I being from a film sort of background, I see it as being a little bit different, but it's exactly that thing. You're creating moments, or actually doing scene edits, scene reviews, cutting together, let's say, a multitude of moments from a particular shoot in a drama, or let's say an indie, or whatever you're doing. But then your data wrangler is doing this dual function of, I'm putting together stuff, but I'm also absolutely able to be up to the moment, because you're pulling it in as they're shooting it, which is before was never the option, really. I said to you before, I had a solution which doesn't really work great, but I do it where I pull a camera feed straight into the computer, record that via a QuickTime, just my QuickTime thing, because that's how I can get it into the machine, and then cut scenes together, and then a director could look at them at lunchtime and say, oh, okay, continuity's out, or that really angled, that didn't work for that kick or punch if it's an action, or if it's drama, the reactions aren't working that well. I can see this as being like an immediate solution to not only onset but also playback, because then you could play it back to, say, multitudes of monitors into Video Village, where the editor is the data wrangler / editor / that person in the DI Video Village has become kind of the keeper of the knowledge, in a sense, because then if directors are making mistakes, or things aren't working, you're workshopping it on site. And for me, that's what I'm passionate about, because I know filmmaking is incredibly cost prohibitive and people need to get things done really quickly, and budgets are tightening and tightening and tightening. So you need to work out a way that you can actually say, right, that scene has been covered. We've got everything. It cuts together beautifully. The masters are going to be in the camera, but I've got the rough cut and we're ready to go. That's what makes me go, shit, that's next level.